Welcome to Bitchin, brought to you by New Coke. Taste the 80s. I'm your host, Nick Soapdish. Bitchin is the only show that puts aside divisive notions of left versus right, red versus blue, to focus our anger, resentment, and plain old crazy on more universal topics, things we can all hate together. We've got a little quiz question here at the top of the show for all you knuckleheads out there. We'll answer it at the end of the night. See if you can get this one. In June 1987, Michael Jackson was on top of the charts in the US. Who was on top of the charts? In Portugal. We'd like to start our first segment for the night with a little something called So That's What the Kids Are Calling It These Days. I can't seem to change the channel lately without hearing about a topic that people have avoided for years, and with good reason, I might add. It's gone by many names. You may know it as walking the dog, waxing the dolphin, the old 250, and most recently, twittering. Now, of course, I'm talking about masturbation, and I'll be the first to say I think it's great that people of both sexes and all ages are feeling open enough about their sexuality to talk about it this so publicly. It helps the kids avoid confusion. But what kind of example does it set when congressmen and women are twittering while they're at work? My taxes pay your salary, jackass. Now get your hands on the table where I can see them. Some of them have even boasted about twittering while the president was in the room speaking. The press called it disrespectful, yeah? How about creepy? I'd hate to see what these perverts mean when they keep talking about a bailout. Unsurprisingly, media celebrities around the globe who are in love with themselves can't stop asking people to watch them Twitter. Glenn Beck, nobody wants to watch you Twitter. I feel lucky every time I land on your show by accident to find you sobbing like a baby, because at least I know that means you've probably finished touching yourself for the day. Next up, we'll be discussing movie reviews in a little segment I like to call Nick's Flicks. Tonight we're talking about Where the Wild Things Are. Now, first things first, I'm pretty sure this movie has nothing to do with the Trogs or their immortal masterpiece. Secondly, I have not seen this movie. Thankfully, I saw the trailer first, and let me give you a warning. This movie has friendly, furry, sad-looking monsters. They live in a sad-looking imaginary world, and they run around with an emo kid who wears animal footy pajamas. This movie was made for emo kids, possibly by emo kids, and even if you want to see that sort of thing, I would suggest staying away for at least the first 2 weeks it's open because the theaters are going to be filled with emo kids, possibly wearing dumber pajamas, and they will be simultaneously crying and creaming their pants. And as everybody knows, the only thing worse than an emo kid is a moist emo kid. At this time, I'd like to open up the phone lines, take some questions from our callers at home. Now, as you know, Bitchin is a pre-taped show, which means that everyone at home tonight won't have any idea as to when to call in, so we're going to make things easier on you and call you. We'll just break out the old Psychic Friends random phone number generator, dial away, and see what's on our audience members' minds tonight.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air with Bitchin with Nick Soapdish.
Bitch, what? Who is this?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
What is this? Some kind of joke? Who is this?
You are on the air with Bitchin with Nick Soapdish.
What are you, a radio show?
Radio, please, sir. Bitchin with Nick Soapdish is a television show. Now, could you tell us your name and where you're calling from?
Nick Soap Dish. What the hell kind of name is that? Never heard of
Yes,
you.
indeed, sir. You are on the line with the one and only velvety voice of the always great, never less than spectacular, Nick Soapdish. Now, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Don was Patsky in Garden City.
Well, Don, you're on the air. What is your question?
My question question. You called me.
Well, of course I called you, Don. Bitchin is a pre-taped show. How would you possibly have known when to call in? You're not psychic. Our phone number generator is. Now, what is your question?
I didn't have any questions. You called me. I don't know what kind of show you're running over there, but... Hey, wait a minute. Is this some kind of contest? Can I win a prize or something? I'll ask a question if there's a good prize.
Oh, Don. Now you're just cheapening the whole experience. What happened to you? You used to be cool. You used to be all about the questions. Is this some kind of joke? Hello. Well, I'm sorry, Don. 5 minutes on TV and you're all, ooh, fabulous prizes? Well, I don't think so. I would rather remember you the way you were. I'm just going to have to let you go. Our last segment of the night is a little advice for all the kids out there watching. You may want to grab a pencil and some paper to help you remember this. You ready? Don't tell jokes to old people. You're just going to have to explain it to them, and explaining jokes never makes them any funnier. Ask any racist. Worse yet, your folks might get worried. Try to take more of an interest in your daily activates. Activates? They should read activities. Who wrote this? You're fired. Your quiz question at the top of the show was, in June 1987, Michael Jackson was on top of the charts in the US. Who was on top of the charts? In Portugal. The answer? Who cares? Because 6 months later, it was Michael Jackson. Tune in again next week for more Bitchin' with Nick Soapdish. Till then, I'm Nick Soapdish saying, Nick Soapdish.